Today we are rebuilding a Turkish Giant in Besiktas, who are not having a really great season in real life. They've been knocked out in the group stages of the Europa League, and also they are only sitting in 5th place by the time of recording of this video. Maybe close to 4th, but very far away from both Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe. Looking at this squad, of course, the Turkish teams have got money. The captain is Günok, but he's already 35. He's also, if I'm not mistaken, the goalkeeper of the Turkish national team, at least was at the Euros. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, a few very well-known faces, Jetson Fernandez as well. João Mario and Rafa have both come in from Benfica this season. Rashica on the right, and Immobile, who came on a free transfer, if I'm not mistaken, from Lazio. But in general, this side is relatively old, of course, because most of the players going to the Turkish league are, generally speaking at least, a little bit older. Immobile is 34, he's coming to the end of his career. We've got talents like Kiliksoy and also Hekimoglu on the bench. It will take us a few seasons, but in the end I want Besiktas to be the first Turkish side to ever win the Champions League. So one rule of today's rebuild is that at all times there have to be 3 Turkish players in the starting 11. Right now I cannot see one. I can see one actually in Günok, but he's already old. 3 Portuguese, but only 1 Turkish player, so we have to change that into 3 players that are permanently in the starting 11. Another thing we need to follow is, once we can make as many transfers as we want, we can only sign 1 player per season who is younger than 30 years of age. So we can buy 5 players, but only 1 can be under the age of 30. I've gone with the gegenpressing style of play. We got to press the hell out of those Turkish Super League teams, because we are one of the strongest sides. What I have done is set up a scouting network, a youth network in Türkiye, to find us the next Turkish superstar. There are, of course, a few young, exciting prospects in the world of football from Türkiye, and we want to create the next one coming from Besiktas. João Mario and Felix Udokai are both on loan to us. If we make Udokai permanent, of course, let's not forget that that is actually our player under the age of 30 that we would go in for, so we have to be careful there. We have 23 million to spend, which is not too bad. Maybe we can sell a few players and generate a bit more money even. We've already sold 4 players for a total of about, let's say, 10 million. Uysal goes to Genk, Adzametovic goes to Al Ahly, back the Saudi money. Tayyip Sanuc goes to Sheffield United, he gets a big move at the age of 24. And Salih Uçan goes to Celtic at the age of 30. We've also gone on and loaned out the big talents Kiliksoy, Hekimoglu and Arroyo. And that is a tasty budget if I ever saw one. 39 million, wow. And so as our first signing of this rebuild with Besiktas, we've gone in for a player who is already on loan. You guys might have guessed it. Coming in from Benfica, it is João Mario for 12 million. We still have to forge out. At centre-back, we go in for our option under the age of 30 and also Turkish. Coming in from the Saudi Pro League, it is Meri Demiral joining us for 9 million only. In what looks like the final player entering the club for now, a new left back coming in at the age of 30, 80 rated, and his contract was expiring, from Atletico Madrid. It is Reinildo joining us for 11.6 million plus Artur Masuaku, who goes the other way. I've actually put Bulut at right back so that we can have the 3 Turkish players in the starting 11. Günok, Bulut, and of course, where is he? Demiral, the player we bought, the 26-year-old, 76 rated. I think we've done really well, especially with Reinildo, who is 30 years of age, that we could get him in. Maybe next year we need to upgrade on Chamberlain, as well as Paulista and even Günok, where I'm maybe even looking to get in another Turkish goalkeeper from the youth system. In the first scouting report itself, we've already got 3 different positions and 3 quite interesting players, especially this Özgür Arslan guy who's only 15 right now, just like Metin Aydin, left midfielder. Arslan is a left back. He's got 75 to 94 potential. The other two, 66 to 88. But Kaymak is already ready to get promoted. The CDM Gökhan Kaymak, 17 years of age, 66 overall. Another super talented player we found in the youth academy, Attila Yildiz, 16 years old, 79 to 94 potential, already 64 rated, and he gets promoted right away to the senior team. Okay guys, so for some reason, Mert Günok has joined Galatasaray. At the age of 35, they've paid his release clause. He must have had a release clause because I didn't sell him. Now we have to do with a second choice keeper. He's also Turkish in Destanoglu. He's only 23. We might just give him a chance. He's only 4 lower rated than Günok, but we have to go in for a goalkeeper in the youth academy. I found a couple of good goalkeeping talents in Taner Demir and Erkan Kara, who is the pick of the bunch. He's 61 rated at the age of 17, 78 to 94 potential. Both of those get promoted. I found this Altan Kaya guy who can play as a cam. I'm converting him to one, and that is of course a position where Rafa Silva is going to retire in a few seasons, so we need backup over there. I'm also promoting both of these players, Özgür Aslan and also at the end of the first season we finished in 4th position, far away from Galatasaray, where on 90 points, only 2 losses. We have 5 losses and have conceded 40 goals, which is decisive in the end. 75 points, 3 points of Fenerbahçe in second. Galatasaray also win the Türkiye Kupası. We have lost in the quarterfinals against finalist Fenerbahçe. First season's Champions League goes to Inter over AC Milan in a Milan derby. The Europa League also goes to Italy, to Lazio over Lyon. And even the Conference League, Italy have won absolutely everything here in the first season. Fiorentina win that over Antwerp. I nearly forgot we were of course also in the Europa League, where we finished in 14th in the league phase. We then lost on penalties in the playoff round, which is rather frustrating to Hoffenheim. They deliver 29 goals in 50 games is great. 19 for Rafa is good as well, but both of those are relatively old and will need to be replaced in the future. Jetson with 18 and 11 as well, and Rashica with 12 goals. With João Mario, we of course brought in on a permanent. He's gone down by 1, but he has scored 12 and 10. I had called back Onana from loan because he's a natural CDM, whilst Chamberlain doesn't really like to play in there. So, yeah, we have done a good work here, including a few youth academy players who have played some minutes, especially Demir. Others have been loaned out as well, so no worries over there. It will probably take a few seasons until the fruits of our recruitment youth academy-wise will be visible, because those players are still in the development phase very early on. I'm actually going to change the position of Semih Kiliksoy, who has returned from loan from a left winger to a striker, and he still stays at a 74 overall, but will go up very fast. Because we have decided to sell Ciro Immobile to Feyenoord for 19 million. We got 19 million for a 35-year-old whose contract was expiring as well. Gabriel Paulista, on the other hand, goes to Galatasaray. We've sent him to our rivals, but he's already 34, 76 overall. And also Serkan Terzi going to Darmstadt. He's only 69 overall. Semih is now up top. He's 1974 overall. A hit in terms of overall because Immobile is 81 rated, but he's 16 years younger and he's showing great potential. So he will certainly grow. Also helping us with the Turkish threshold in the team. Topçu is now at centre back, but we'll certainly replace him, and might also replace Bulut on right back. After the sale of certainly Immobile, we've got 54 million in our budget. And let's not forget that we still gotta respect that rule. We can only buy one player under the age of 30 years. And yeah, the 3 players need to be Turkish as well in the starting 11. We've actually decided to bring in an absolute superstar at right back. He's already 33 years of age, but he, of course, is at the end of his career, and that's when he decides to come to Turkey. It is the legendary right back from Real Madrid, Dani Carvajal, joining us for 28 million. We've then gone on and still sold Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to Braga for 9.4 million, as well as Tayfur Bingöl to Fortuna Düsseldorf and Jean Onana for 7 million to Ipswich Town. That is because Al Musrati returned from loan. He's 29 now, 81 rated, together with Fernandez building a good CDM partnership there. And of course, we've got the young guys who can take over from the youth academy after that. Mucci is now at cam, and I've moved Rafa to the right midfield spot. Semi up front, Carvajal on the right back spot. Still, we only need to replace Topshu now. And after the sales of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, we have got around 39 million now to spend. We didn't make our 30 under signing yet, and that's why right now we are doing just that. Bringing in a player from the Saudi League, because we have got a project here, and that's why we bring in Mohamed Simakan, 25 years old, from Al Nassr for 35 million plus Topshu. Now that is a team and a half, much stronger than in the first season, I would say. Kiliksoy is a bit of a hit, but of course, as I said before, Immobile would only go down right now. That's why I'm immediately giving the keys to the castle to Semi. Al Musrati comes back. Simakan looks nice in that centre-back spot. We've got 80-plus rated centre-backs everywhere. Destanoglu, still only 24, 78 rated already. And we've got young guys still on loan for the goalkeeping spot. Right midfield, I've put Rafa there, but I'm not so sure he will hold a lot longer. Same with João Mario. Actually, João Mario is even more like imminent. Than the end of season 2, and we've already won the league. 13 points ahead of Galatasaray on 87 points. Only 3 defeats all season long. That is a great season. We've even made it a double, defeating Rizespor in the Turkish Cup final. Wow. The Champions League this season goes to the Kings of Europe, Real Madrid. We've been in the Europa League, where we finished in 16th in the league phase, went to the playoffs where we defeated Osasuna. Round of 16, where are we? We defeated Sparta Praha, and in the quarters we absolutely destroyed Lille. Semi-finals, then we lost to Napoli, who went on to win it against Sporting, but a very good effort here. And the Conference League goes to Spurs. They win a trophy over Shakhtar. That is the spirit. 31 goals for Kiliksoy. What a season for him. He's up to an 80 overall. He was 74 at the start of the season. 24 and 14 for Ernest Mucci, who is also up to an 80 overall. 23 goals from João Mario. 14 and 10 for Rafa. 9 and 9 for Jetson Fernandez. And even 6 goals for Dani Carvajal. I mean, no wonder this team has won the league. Just look at the overalls of all those players. Fernandez 85 rated. We have Rafa 85 rated still. Kiliksoy 80. Mucci 80. Reynildo 81, Simikan 85, and even Destanoglu up to an 79. It has gone a little bit faster than I thought, but we are the champions of the Super League, and we probably play Champions League football, or at least qualifiers, next season. Once again gone on and sold a big player in Milot Rashica, was only a backup at our club, to Trabzonspor of all teams for 18 million, and Zainutidinov goes to Midtjylland, with Uzunan joining Swansea City. And so every player in the start 11, apart from João Mario, is in their 80s. Even Destanoglu now. João Mario is the most natural player to replace. With a foreign player probably as well, because he doesn't take any Turkish spots. The Turkish spots right now are Demiral, Destanoglu and Kiliksoy. We do have 45 million in our budget, so we might as well go in for a big player. And so our only signing for the season is a Turkish player, an exciting prospect, left midfielder from Juventus. He doesn't really play over there. And that's why he makes the switch to our club, to Besiktas. It is Kenan Yildiz, the German-born player, Turkish player, coming in for 40 million plus João Mario goes the other way. That is a team and a half. 21 years old, 81 rated Yildiz. Everyone in the starting 11 now, 80 plus rated. Of course, some like, where is he? Al Musrati, Rafa, Carvajal, they will go down in overall. Certainly Rafa and Carvajal, so we'll need a new right side next season. That is almost for sure. Maybe Rafa can hold on for another season, but I'm not very convinced. Kiliksoy, Yildiz, they are the bright spots of this team. Fernandez, the captain right now. Simakan, of course, also very high rated. And in goal, we have a player who is developing very nicely from the youth. That player is Kara. He's already 70 overall at Lausanne-Spor right now on loan. And Arslan is at Bodrum in the same league here. He hasn't played so far, which is a bit weird, but he's 67 overall. Let's have a look. Arroyo also on loan. Kaya on loan. He's already 65 rated. Yildiz, another Yildiz at CDM on loan at Eyüpspor. He's already played a game. At the halfway point of season number 3, we are once again in commanding lead. 6 points ahead of Fenerbahçe. Of course, granted, we have one game more played. But still, we are once again atop the league. Only one loss so far. And we have just about survived in the Champions League phase. I mean, 3 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. We are in the playoffs as 23rd place team. And we'll face Sevilla, who on their behalf finished in 13th. Kara has got a lot of potential. I'm putting him in goal. Might be a bit of a risk, but I'm willing to take that risk. Against Sevilla at home, and we actually get the win. 1-0 win, Jetson Fernandez with the only goal of the game. That was unexpected, guys. It is the second leg in Sevilla. We are probably not the favourites here, but we still get a win. Mucci and Semi turned the game around. We win 3-1 on aggregate, 2-1 on the night. What a brilliant way to go to the round of 16. Now in the round of 16 we are facing Inter, first at home. We are the clear underdogs in this fixture. And we still get the win at home. Mucci and Yildiz with the goals for us. Lautaro gave Inter one back, but we are ahead going into that second leg. It is the return leg at San Siro against Inter. And we come away with another win. I can't believe this. I swear, guys, I didn't rig this. Renildo and Jetson with the goals. We have won every single game so far in the knockouts. Now in the quarterfinals, we are traveling to RB Arena, to Germany, to Leipzig, to take on those guys. And we get another win, 4-2. How good is this team? They have Xavi Simons, but still we score 4 goals. Rafa, Musrati, Rafa and Bulut. And we are about to be in the semi-finals of the UCL. Crazy. It is the return leg. We can even lose by a goal and still be through. And it's a 4-all. 4-all, which means we are through, of course. Jackson scored 4 goals for Leipzig, but still that was not enough. As Musrati, Yildiz, Jetson and Semi scored for us. We are through to the semi-finals, 8-6 on aggregate. And well, in the semi-finals we are facing Aston Villa, team from England. Could we actually make a step towards the final? It's a 1-all draw in the first leg. Malen gave Villa the lead, but Mucci the equalizer. We still have got a good chance though. This is the one we've been waiting for. 23rd in the league phases, second to final plays that were qualified. But now we are in with a shot to qualify for the final of the Champions League. And we get there! Oh my, Mucci and Yildiz. We have done it! We are in the Champions League final in Season 3 itself, which is more than crazy. Yildiz and Mucci with a brace. No real big dog in the Champions League final. It is Arsenal, another English side we have to face. Arsenal themselves cannot win the Champions League in real life. So it will be very, very interesting and intriguing. We do win back-to-back Turkish Super Leagues. 88 points, 8 points out of Fenerbahçe, 14 ahead of Galatasaray. And we've even qualified for the Turkish Cup final, but we are paired up with Galatasaray. And the final will be after the Champions League final. So in case we win that, we won't even be able to see if we made the treble happen here. PSG win a star-studded Europa League final against Juventus on penalties. And even Manchester United win the Conference League over Aberdeen, the Sir Alex Ferguson derby. Yildiz has scored 32 goals and 13 assists, 30 goals for Kiliksoy, 26 and 10 for Mucci. Real great stats, even Rafa with 20 assists and 11 goals. Here it is though, very unexpected, very early, the Champions League final in Season 3 at Old Trafford against Arsenal. But here they come again. This is Saka up against Reinildo. Saka cooks him. Still Saka up against Simakan now. Simakan defends well. Really, really strong. Carval for Rafa. Rafa, the old man himself, still able to see that final here tonight. Great ball here. Simakan of all people going forward. This is Kiliksoy. It's been a very tactical final. Maybe that can change now. Mucci can't get the shot off. Here goes Reinildo now. Maybe we can change that. Just take a shot from somewhere. Fernandez! Whoa! That wasn't too far. That was absolutely not too far. Just look at the shot. I think the first shot that has been taken all game long, that would have gone in. Oh, Martinelli trying to cook Carval, and that's what he's doing right now. Martinelli running onto Demiral. Demiral can't stop him, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. 59 minutes in their first opportunity, and Ødegaard brings them ahead. This is Saka. Saka trying to get Arsenal the decisive second goal. Ødegaard again, good save, keeper. I mean, we haven't got a lot on the bench, that is for sure. That is the problem right now. But I suppose I'm gonna bring on Bulut for Reinildo, because Bulut is retiring at the end of the season. Here's Saka. Saka now against Demiral. Saka one-on-one, but Kara, goalkeeper, saves. We have to do something here. We have to see something of Yildiz. Otherwise, we lose that game. Mucci now, Ernest. Mucci looking for Fernandez. This is the opportunity. Fernandez, Kiliksoy! How do you miss that? How do you miss that? What has happened here? Is that a penalty, guys? Is that a penalty? That is a penalty, guys! I don't know who to take it with. Probably should take it with Jetson Fernandez, the captain. He's the one with the nerves, probably. The best nerves. Up against Raya. Fernandez scores! We are back in the game! Wow! 86th minute. I don't really know why Calafiori got the penalty, conceded the pen there, but we have scored the equalizer through Captain Jetson. Here Arsenal come again. They try to respond right away. They could have had it here. This is Gyökeres. He scores. That is unbelievable. Gyökeres with the winner in the 90th minute after we equalized 3 minutes before. That is hard to take. We made a mistake defensively and we have to pay a big price. Mucci, last chance of the game. Kenan. We can still respond. This is Kiliksoy! Equalizer again! The game was already over. We score again. What a crazy game is this? I mean, I can't believe it. Kiliksoy with the late equalizer. I've never played such a game. It's a crazy game. Arsenal still trying to get there. This is Gyökeres up against the keeper who makes a courageous save here. Here they come again, Arsenal. Martinelli scores 3 to Arsenal, 109 minutes. And Arsenal are once again ahead here. Here Arsenal are coming again. This is Martinelli up against Demiral. And we defend well, but give them the ball straight back. And they could do something, they don't. Musrati, bad ball out the bag. And that should actually be it for Arsenal. 1 minute of extra time, they're keeping the ball. Merino maybe even trying to start an attack, and that is the time elapsed. We have lost the game. Arsenal are the Champions League winners, and we have to go for another season, but it's been so close. We have been really good. Arsenal win this one, though. I guess we can at least see how the cup final plays out right now. Besiktas Galatasaray, and we get the win. Yildiz with a brace, Mucci with a goal. We are the double winners of Turkey. It's been a long time since we lost the Champions League final, but we've rarely also played with such an underdog. Besiktas, 23rd in the league phases, and still finishing runner-up of the Champions League is crazy. First in the league, first in the cup. We have to do a couple of things, change a couple of very smart, small details, and then we probably have another shot at making a deep run in this UCL. By the way, goalkeeper Ersin Destanoglu is joining PSV when the transfer window opens. I want to give the chance to Erkan Kara, who is of course 7 years younger and who already played in the UCL final as well. We're actually going in for our first free agent of this rebuild, a 33-year-old, 82 rated still, former Chelsea and Man City player. It is the Croatian Mateo Kovacic joining us for €0. I have then gone in and in a direct swap deal, bringing in a new cam for Ernest Mucci, who goes out of the club. We might take a hit in terms of overall, but Can Uzun, a Turkish player, comes in from Frankfurt. He is only 21 years of age. So Jackson Muleka goes to Ghent for 4 million, along with a few loan moves for the young players Yildiz Arslan Kaya, and even Kenny Arroyo is now an exciting prospect. What I have done is gone in for a new centre back, who is 33 already, so he's already very old, but he's 87 rated. We needed a new centre back, because we've only got 2 at the club. And that's why we go in for Marquinhos, the legendary centre back, for only 40 million from Bayer Leverkusen. He plays along with Simakan. Of course, Simakan is only 27, while Marquinhos is 33. But even Carvalho and Reinildo will need to get replaced. We have Demiral now on the bench. Still a quite old squad, with the exception of players like Uzun, Yildiz and Kiliksoy. The three Turkish players we need. Even Kara in goal. The point of the Turkish Super League, actually after 22 games, we are still on 1 loss only, on 53 points in first place, but same points and same record than Fenerbahçe in second. We have had a better league phase, but it still is not enough to finish in the top 8. 3 wins, 4 draws, 1 loss. Playoff round against Ajax. We went to the final last year. Let's see how this goes. Away at the Johan Cruyff Arena in Amsterdam, we get a 2-1 win. Jetson and Kovacic with the goals. Once again, on our way to the round of 16 at home against Ajax, and it's a 2-2 draw, which is enough. Can Uzun and Yildiz with the goals. 4-3 on aggregate, we move. It is round of 16 time, and we are facing Napoli this time. A very difficult opponent, and we get a win. 2-1, Semi and Yildiz with our goals. This is where it comes down to at the Olimpico in Napoli. Can we remain here unbeaten? Yes, we are unbeaten still. 1-1 away from home. Uzun and Due with the goals. 3-1 aggregate once again in the quarterfinals. Well, I think we are the underdogs here. If we can go through that round, we are having a chance, I would say, against Manchester City. First at home and we lose 1-0 in the last minute of the game as well. Haaland to the city of Manchester Stadium and turned the game on its head. No, we can't. We nearly did as well. Uzun and Semi with 2 goals, but in the end we lose 3-2 on aggregate and narrowly go out in the quarterfinals. It's the end of season number 4, and once again we are the champions of Super League. 3 points ahead of Fenerbahçe, 5 ahead of Galatasaray. Completed the double, defeating Antalyaspor in the Turkish Cup final. Once again a double for the 3rd time in a row, if I'm not mistaken. This season Bayern win the Champions League over Man City, the team who knocked us out. The Europa League goes to Liverpool over Inter, and the Conference League to Lazio over Real Sociedad. This is the man. 29 goals for him and 14 assists, 28 and 5 for Semi Kiliksoy, 24 even for Can Uzun, and 10 and 12 still for Rafa, who has still kept his overall at 85 at the age of 35. Another great season, not only domestically but even in the Champions League. Quarterfinals against Man City is a good result. We are going into season 5, hopefully that we can make another run, a deep run again in the Champions League, maybe even collect the trophy. Reinildo and Carvalho are going to end their careers at the end of this 5th season, so we need to find a solution over there. Them or maybe both. We have 45 million in our bank. We gone on and made a big decision. Rafa goes to Hannover in Germany for 59 million. He's 35 and we got 60 million. That is crazy. Meaning that we are now up to 110 million, our biggest budget by a country mile yet. And so as our first signing, we go in for a replacement for Dani Carvajal. Right back with only 25, so we've made our 30-year under signing. It is Malo Gusto, the former Chelsea player, here joining us from Juventus for 61 million. Big sale, Ali Al-Musrati goes to Trabzonspor for 70 million. He's 86 rated but already 32, so he won't have a long time left in the game. In the end, the only other signing we are making is bringing in a new right winger / right midfielder. And it is a world-class one at that. He's 31 years of age. It is the Frenchman Ousmane Dembélé joining us from PSG for 60 million. We're looking at the definite team here for Season 5. We have Arslan, the new left back. We have Gusto, the new right back. Carvalho is still on the bench. We have Dembélé and Arroyo on the wings. With Yildiz, of course, on the other wing. Dembélé is the starter. Uzun at cam. And Kiliksoy, 90 rated already, up top. Yildiz goes into the CDM spot, replacing Ali Al-Murzati. I could have gone for a better CDM, but I've decided to trust this young man, as well as this young man, Arslan. And of course, no problem with the Turkish players. Arslan, Yildiz, Kara, and Kiliksoy, even Uzun and Yildiz. We've got 6 Turkish players. And the best team in Turkey, at least after 22 games. 0 losses so far, 5 points ahead of Galatasaray. And we have impressively skipped the playoff rounds, winning 6 games, drawing 2 and losing 0. The only team on 20 points. We are first in the Champions League phase. Unbeaten so far, all season long. We get an opportunity for revenge here. Arsenal, of course, defeated us a couple of seasons ago in the Champions League. Now we can beat them away at the Emirates, and it's a 3-1 win. Yildiz, Uzun, and Uzun. We absolutely must go through here. We are 3-1 up from the first leg, and it's a 2-all draw in the second. We were actually 2-0 down, but Uzun and Marquinhos got us back, and 5-3 winners on aggregate. We have thumped out Arsenal. It doesn't get any easier though, as in the quarterfinals we are facing Atletico Madrid, first at home, and it's a 4-2 win. Arroyo actually came on and scored the goal. We've also scored through Semi, Dembélé, and Semi again. Leg time, Fernandez up to a 92 by the way, and we get another win. Kenny Arroyo once again came on for Dembélé and scored the winner, 6-3 on aggregate. We move to the semi-finals. From one side of Madrid to the other, Tupra Stadium, and we are facing Real Madrid at home. Can we get a result here? Yes, it's a 2-all draw. So everything still to play for. Rodrigo and Vini scored for them. Semi with a brace for us, and it is all square going into Madrid. It all comes down to this. Can we qualify for our second ever Champions League final? Yes! 1-0 win away from Can Uzun with the game winner. We are winners over Real Madrid after having already defeated Atletico, and we are moving to yet another Champions League final. We will face Bayer Leverkusen from Germany. In the Turkish Super League, we are the champions, unbeaten, 27 wins, 9 draws, 0 losses on 90 points, 8 ahead of Fenerbahçe. Don't reach the Türkiye Kupası final. Galatasaray played that against Fenerbahçe. We've actually been knocked out in the quarterfinals by Gala on penalties. This year's Europa League goes to Leipzig over PSV, where we, of course, send our former goalkeeper Destanoglu to. And the Conference League goes to Celtic, to Scotland over Aston Villa. He delivered 33 goals, 20 assists, our star player right now, along with Kiliksoy. 30 goals for a 23-year-old, which is crazy. 20 goals and 13 for Yildiz. And even Arroyo, how did he play 17 games? Scored 17 goals, because Dembélé only played 14. He only scored 3 and 3. Played, of course, the Champions League. More Champions League games than Super League games, which is crazy. This is it. Champions League final. Wembley Stadium. Dembélé starts because I want to see what he's all about. But Arroyo, of course, on the bench. We are playing at Wembley Stadium and facing Bayer Leverkusen. This is still Can. Still looking for now Gusto. And now Dembélé, what a play! This is Ousmane Dembélé, saved on the goal line. Oh, Wirtz, great work. Now pass into Adeyemi, what a save by Kara. Corner kick, Leverkusen, Luis Guilherme, shortly taken into Luis Diaz, who is also playing there. We don't really get a foot in, now we do, and now Yildiz could be off and away here. If he finds Dembélé, we've got so much space. Dembélé is still fast. Faster maybe than Esposito. Dembélé! Great save, Karnesecki. This is Can. Can Uzun still looking for Dembele. Dembele for Kiliksoy. This is it! Semi gives us the lead. After 37 minutes, we are 1-0 up. Here's Usman again. Usman Dembele looking for Can Uzun. Can we catch them out again? This is Semi. Kiliksoy can't get the shot off. This is Dembele. Still Usman Dembele. He's of course a danger man. Jetson Fernandez, still Malo Gusto now, crossing the ball inside. We can't get a header to it, but Jetson. And now Yildiz, the left midfielder, looking for Can Uzun. Can Uzun, still going. Can Uzun, can we double the lead? Yes, Semi! Raised by Semi, what a play, what a counter-attack, and it is 2-0 to the Turkish side, Besiktas. Look at this, Can Uzun going all the way. And then looking out for Semi, who finishes it off. Careful, here come Leverkusen again. This is Diaz into Luis Guillermo. But once again, Marquinhos stepping in. I am bringing on Arroyo for that right midfield spot actually. And yeah, I think even I could bring in Kovacic for the last 10 minutes or so. And now Arroyo, the new man, can he send away Kiliksoy? Can Kiliksoy make it a hat-trick in a Champions League final? Yes! 3-0, 86 minutes in. Besiktas are destroying Bayer Leverkusen. Or moreover, Kiliksoy is destroying Bayer Leverkusen. What a strike. Long shot, power shot, whatever it is. It was the long shot actually, but it's a power shot into the bottom corner. Here comes Boniface into Wirtz. Leverkusen haven't really opened us up all game long, and here they don't do either, as we might go on a final counter-attack in this game. This is Kovacic, now Yildiz. Yildiz, the game is already as good as over. Yildiz looking for Kiliksoy, you can't find him, but doesn't matter, as Besiktas are the Champions League winners. For the very first time in their history, we've defeated Bayer Leverkusen 3-0. due to a hat-trick by Semi Kiliksoy, 37, 61st and 86th minute. Our second Champions League final goes much better than the first one. It's a stunning win over the German Giants of Leverkusen. But lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild with Besiktas, a little bit of a different one, then please by all means consider dropping a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and also tell me in the comments what else you'd like to see next. As for now, I'm gonna leave you alone with the title celebrations, the trophy celebrations. Our captain, Jetson Fernandez, is going to lift the trophy in a few seconds time. I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.